fam, and welcome back to FiliSwissed. Today I'll be sharing with you my 8 sun protection tips based on my experience. If you've seen my previous skincare videos, you'll know that I have dry and sensitive skin. The sun can further dry out my skin and I can feel the effects as it tells me, "Help me, I am parched." I've also had rashes before due to heat. I also tan quite easily, just being a few hours under the sun in a day. I believe it is better to prevent rather than to reverse the effects of the sun. So here are my 8 sun protection tips. Number 1, apply sunscreen every day. You'll also need to consider that you will have to apply it maybe every 2 hours if you're not in the pool, because by then maybe you'll have to apply it every hour. Use one that is broad spectrum with a sun protection factor of at least 30 or higher. If you have a pre-existing skin condition, you might want to check with your dermatologist first, just in case you'll have any reactions with the chemicals that are used in the sunscreen. And maybe they might be able to already recommend 1 or 2 for you to use or try out. So I actually have 3 products that I use, one for my face, one for my body, and one for my lips. So for my face, I have this Eau Thermal Avène, very high protection, 50 SPF, and it's called the B-Protect, and there's 30 ml inside. So how it would look like is, if I would put it on my finger, it's rather pale. And just applying it to my skin, and it's creamy, and then it turns into sort of my skin tone. It starts to blend in, and it blends in rather nicely. So you can actually tell that there's quite a thickness into this one, and it just helps blend everything out as well. There's no white or gray shading. It really just follows your skin tone at the end. You see? There's nothing. So for my lips, I use the Roche-Posay Anthelios with 50 SPF, and it's also protecting against UVB and UVA rays, and it's also good for sensitive lips. Now this is a new stick that I just got recently to replace my old one, and as you can see, the stick is rather like a traditional color of lip balm, and if I apply it on my skin, you don't really see anything other than maybe a nice sheen, so it doesn't add some color into your lips. So what I have been trying to finish now since I got it is the Hello Sunny Hydrating Sun Essence with 50 SPF from Banila Co. And it also helps protect the skin against UVA and UVB rays. And basically it comes out with this purple-ish looking cream or lotion, and then when you apply it, it's really nice. It's also rather, how do I say, if you apply it, it feels rather liquid as well, and it has this cooling effect at the same time. You can see it leaves sort of like a sheen, but it doesn't leave any white or grayness on your skin. So when you apply it and then you put your makeup on top of it, nothing bad will happen, and it smells like typical sunscreen scent. Now for my body, I use the La Roche-Posay again, but it is the Athelios XL, and it has 50 plus SPF, and it's also protecting against UVB and UVA rays, and it's basically a gel, so it's a wet skin gel. Okay, I've run out of back of my hands, so I'll just apply it on my hands. You can see it doesn't leave any white sheen, and it's quite merciful for those who only want to have some kind of sheen at least on their body, and I don't know, you want to glisten under the sun, I guess. So tip number 2 is what I mentioned earlier about reapplying every hour. This is more especially if you're going to be under the sun at a lengthened time in a day. So it's better to be able to reapply as often as possible, and especially if you're going in the water, like a swimming pool, lake, ocean, beach, wherever, just reapply every hour. Yes, you're not going to be able to time it every hour if you're going to be in the water, but at least try and estimate how long you've been. And then if you think, oh my goodness, I think I've been in the water too long, you can check your phone when you get to your stuff and then see, oh, it's been so and so time, now I can reapply again. So that would be a good measure of how you can protect your skin, especially if you're going to be under the sun the whole day. The last thing you'd want to get is a sunburn, and that will be against my principle of prevention and reverse. Tip number 3. If it's possible for you to not stay so long outside, please do it, because then you can already reduce how much you're going to be exposed under the sun. And if you are going to be under the sun, like for example if you have to travel from point A to point B, then avoid the peak times. And I can't give you the exact time because it may vary from country to country. I've checked in other countries it would be from 10 a.m. up to 3 p.m. It could be from 10 to 2. So you'll have to check what your local peak time hours are for the sun's heat. But for me, for example, I wouldn't travel around when it's 10 a.m. up to, I would say, 3, 4, depending on the sun's heat. It's already really damaging for me. I'd rather minimize how much more it could damage my skin. Tip number 4, use a face mist. Now, the first time I used face mist, I was 15 years old, and that was the Evian mist that was really nice and cooling. I was still living in the Philippines, so of course I was like, yes, give me this. But now I am here in Switzerland, and I just have to say, even the summers here are quite hot, and I haven't stopped using face mist. Now, the ones that I'm using currently are the Banila Co Water Plus Deer Hydration Facial Mist. So it's quite nice. It's very refreshing, and I think there might be some other moisturizing ingredients that are in here that also help. But what I've bought to leave one at work and to leave one at home is the Nature Republic Soothing and Moisture 92% Aloe Vera Soothing Gel Mist. So it's actually quite helpful. I like aloe vera in general, and well, I like moisture in general, but it's very nice and soothing as well, because when you feel the difference of when you spray your face, it really helps that you can feel that your skin is calming down from the heat. If it is possible and bearable, try to wear long sleeves, long pants that are lightweight enough. Like for example, this is rather sheer, so I'm able to tolerate the heat with this one. Of course, it will depend on the day, but in general I can actually use this top, and I wear tights, for example, just to help me protect myself under the sun a bit more, because there's more coverage. And nowadays there are actually some clothing articles that even declare, or they have on their tags indicating UPF 50 or 30, for example, so they're considered sun protective clothing as well, if you want to take that as the next step. Tip number 6. This is not to make you look fancy or anything, this is just another protective measure, and that is to wear a hat. Try to choose hats with wider brims so that it helps to protect all the way to your neck if possible. So this one for sure can help cover my neck, but this would be ideal for anyone who is actually in similar situations where I could start having rashes here, for example, and this is a very good lifesaver. Tip number 7 is to wear sunglasses. Again, it's not just for style, it is for protection of not only your eyes, but also the skin surrounding your eyes. Also, if it's possible, try to wear one that has a UV light filter. I don't think my sunglasses have the filter itself, but I also don't travel at the times wherein the sun is really at its peak anyway, but I still bring it just in case. Like for example, if I'm in the bus and I'm on the side of where the sun is directly hitting me, then at least I can protect my eyes a bit more in terms of the brightness of the sun, for example. So I have my Kate Spade sunglasses. Thank you, Nina, for this lovely gift from when we went home. So it's rather dark as well, although please don't take it that if it's dark it's going to be sufficient. It's not usually the case. What you really want is to be able to identify how much of that UV light is really going to be filtered out from the sun to your eyes. Number 8 is especially for the people who really like to tan, like I used to like to tan. I liked to appear golden as well, and definitely baking yourself under the sun in a tanning bed or exposed to tanning lamps just to achieve sun-kissed skin is the best recipe to ruin your skin. But there's always an alternative, and that is with using a tanning oil or a tanning lotion. Now I'll also be giving you some bonus tips, and that is especially the after sun skincare. Number 1 is as soon as you get home, have a cool shower. Yes, that's the most cheapest, okay, maybe not the cheapest if you use a lot of water, but it will be a good remedy for your skin because it's your whole body that will be cooled down along with your body temperature as well. Especially if you've been under the sun the whole day, that's the best thing you can do for your body to save it. The second one is to apply an after cooling gel. Now I've learned this a long time ago because my mom always had us apply cooling gel after being out under the sun in the beach or at the pool. I may not be using the same products that we had, but I do have this Roche-Posay after sun cooling gel, and it's called Posthelios, and basically it's like a gel. It's even clear, so only the packaging is actually blue, but the actual product, it's just really clear. I don't even know if you can see any color from that, but it's really just clear, and you just apply that onto your skin and it has that cooling effect. If you are at home and you finish your shower, you can always apply this as well, depending on how hot it's going to be. I like to do this because it just cools me down even more, and it's quite moisturizing and soothing at the same time. Now after that extra moisture onto the skin, I also like to moisturize myself anyway, and for me it's not a matter of which moisturizer to use, like what lotion and stuff. It's more how rich I need that to be. So in the summer, it's not really a necessity for me to use body butter anymore. That's usually for the winter time, but for the summer I can go with any lotion because I would still reapply them anyway throughout the day. One that I really like to use every summer is any lotion that has a coconut scent. What else? And the one I'm using at the moment for the warmer season is the Victoria's Secret Coconut Sunshine on the Island. It is a fragrance lotion. I know I'm not usually using fragrance products, but I just have to use this one, and no, I don't really get any reaction from it. Although what I don't usually like from Victoria's Secret lotions is that they tend to... I tend to feel like I lose the moisture almost immediately upon applying to my skin, so that's just how thirsty my skin is. But it's actually still fine. I mean, I reapply, and I still have quite a bit left in this tube until I have to buy a new one and see what else is left in Victoria's Secret. Maybe I'll try something new, or most likely I will go back to something with a coconut scent. This is the 4th tip. So you have to drink a lot of water, because if you're going to be under the sun at any point, or even whether the sun is there or not, you're just much better off with drinking lots of water in a day. Now, depending if you're male or female, you have to check how much you need to drink. I would like to be able to drink up to 2 liters in a day if I monitored everything, which, by the way, I am now monitoring it along with my food and my fitness, basically using the Nutritionix app, and there I've started to notice that I actually am able to lose weight with a sedentary lifestyle, so working in the office, sitting down mostly the whole day, and minimal walking because of the travel or because of walking Snickers, for example. A few easy ways to remind yourself to drink water is maybe if you work on a desk, leave it in front of you and you will see and notice it immediately. And that's what I realized for myself. If I didn't put it away into my cabinet, for example, like somewhere where I'm not always looking, you know, if I don't see it, I'm not gonna use it, I'm not gonna do anything with it. But if it's in front of me, within reach, I don't go and look somewhere else, it's just in front of me, then I'm just gonna keep drinking it and I keep refilling it. And this goes the same for any water bottle that is in front of me. Now, I want to talk a bit about reverse photo aging. So I'm not going too deep into this subject, just a bit of information that I found while I was doing my research and a few ingredients that you would like to look at when you are trying to focus on reversing photo aging. If you're getting there or if you're already there, would be to use products that contain vitamin C, green tea, and collagen. If you want to focus on more natural sources for remedies, it would be to eat certain fruits and veg that contain beta-carotene, like carrots, broccoli, leafy green veg, mangoes, peaches, sweet potato, and tomatoes. So one product that was recommended to me by my mom was to get myself a bottle of CoQ10 pills, which I managed to easily find in the pharmacy here. And I believe there's also a liquid form. So for the effects of CoQ10 on your skin, I would say if you're going to get the liquid form, you have to make sure that it's a quality liquid form as well. So last but not least, you've probably heard of this before already, but that's also to consume omega-3 fatty acids, which you would usually get from fish products like mackerel, herring, tuna, salmon, and cod liver. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Don't forget to click the like button if you did. Let me know in the comments down below how you protect your skin from the sun, or maybe you have other skin concerns that you want to ask. Please just leave them in the comment. I will have a look at it later. And to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button and click the bell as well if you want to be notified for future videos. As always, I'll see you next time. Ade!